Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hey, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Let's get it. Happy Monday. Who is ready for another Monday quickie? A little Monday motivation, a little gut punch to get you going, okay? But like a loving gut punch, like a punch of I'm gonna punch you and then you're gonna feel amazing. I don't know if it's working, but it's working in my head. The visual, the vibe, it's there. Okay, so today I want to give you one of my all-time favorite journal prompts that helps me solve literally any problem I ever have all of the time. And it's something that I tell my clients all the time, or more so ask them. It's something I ask my friends and family all of the time. And it's going to change the game and create every solution that you could ever think of, basically. This is especially helpful when you are feeling stuck in a certain area. If you feel like you're going back and forth on a decision, you feel like something's not moving forward, you're feeling really wrapped up in frustration around something. Maybe something didn't turn out the way you thought it was. Maybe you think everything's getting derailed. Maybe you just want to add some oomph into your fitness routine, add some oomph into your business results, add some oomph into your relationship, right? This is going to help you get clarity on that like within 2 minutes. So I'm super excited to share this with you. Perfect for a quickie. Now, before we dive in, if you're a journal girl, if you love to read, to write, to just be in your own thoughts, be in the vibes, I want to share a free gift with you. And it is my free ebook. It's called The Rich and Ridiculous Girl's Guide to Manifesting. And I'm sharing in there my 3-step process for manifestation with also a bonus money ritual and so many juicy journal prompts in there. So if you love an episode like this, where we have a punchy journal prompt that's going to help you solve problems, you definitely need to snag that ebook. It's completely free. You get to hear and read a little bit about my story with manifesting, how I uncovered this method, and what journal prompts I'd start using to manifest money so you can be rich and ridiculous. Okay. The link for that is in the show notes. Like I said, completely free. My gift to you. So let's get into this quickie. Anytime I notice myself wrapped up in frustrations, like I was just explaining, I grab my journal and I sit down at my desk and I ask myself this one question. I write, in a perfect world, what would happen here? Okay. And the what would happen here, it kind of changes based off the situation. So in a perfect world, what would my relationship look like? In a perfect world, how would I shift my time management, right? In a perfect world, how would the relationship with my family change? In a perfect world, how would money be coming in my business this month? In a perfect world, how would I be feeling about myself? In a perfect world, what would my vibe be? How would I feel on a daily basis? What would my energy be like? Okay. In a perfect world, insert your question here. Whatever you're feeling stuck around, that's going to be the second part of the question. It opens up your mind to so many more possibilities of like, oh yeah, well, if everything was perfect and nothing was off limits and the world was my oyster and I could just look in the sky and say, hey, universe, hey, God, give me this. And it would jump right in, it would slap right in. It's going to open you up to so many different answers. Okay. I actually asked myself this recently, which inspired me to do this little quickie because I was realizing that I was so busy like lately, like super busy. I'm in the middle of an up level, which we talked about last week, of the up level curve and redoing your time management, right? And just noticing some growing pains. And I was getting really frustrated of feeling like, oh my gosh, I have all these things to do that I'm super excited about, that I'm so passionate about, that I want to pour every fucking ounce of my energy into. But I must not be working effectively because I'm not getting it all done. And I know I have the time in the day. I just need to manage it differently. It's not getting done. And I just felt so frustrated and kind of so stuck in my schedule, you know? And really, I felt stuck in the feeling that I wasn't getting everything done that I wanted to, when I knew I could if I approached it in a different energy and more strategically. So I took out my journal and I wrote down, and this is also a good lesson. I was feeling all of that. And notice how I didn't just immediately jump into my calendar and make changes. I sat down and I identified my feelings and I took a minute to do this journal prompt so that when I went back into my calendar, when I decided to rearrange things to make the time, I was in the right energy and not coming from, I'm so frustrated, I want to do this, I'm not getting enough done, blah, 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 right? Very big difference between seeing that and yes, we want to immediately take action, but we want to take action in the right energy. So I took literally like 5 minutes to go through this journal prompt, reset my energy, and then jump in my calendar, to which I redid the calendar and I've been feeling fucking amazing ever since. Okay. So like I said, back to our example, I was feeling super frustrated with the calendar, with not feeling like I wasn't getting everything done. So I took a minute, sat down, I wrote, in a perfect world, what would my day-to-day look like? What would my calendar look like? How would I be getting things done? And I started to pour out of my journal exactly what it would look like. I realized I would be waking up earlier. I realized I would be highlighting my peak performance hours. And I know in the afternoon, I'm not as productive. So I would be planning my workouts in the afternoon. I'd be planning getting facials and appointments in the afternoon. I would be putting socializing coffee with friends in the afternoon instead of like 10 o'clock, right? So I would be putting that stuff in the time where I feel a little bit more tired and less inspired, and I would be focusing on my peak hours. I realized what my morning routines would look like, what my training would look like, what my eating would look like. And you just instantly get all of these answers because your brain is thinking like, your brain's not thinking about practical reality. It's thinking in this perfect world, this is what I would rearrange. But once you finish that journal prompt, you can reread it and see all of these things that I came up with are things that I can do right now. It's not like I was writing down, in a perfect world, I would have this private chef who comes to my house, and I would have this personal assistant who grabs a feather and fans my face to wake me up in the morning, and I jump out of bed and birds dress me. Like, it wasn't like that. You're going to realize that in your quote unquote perfect world, this journal prompt, you're coming up with very practical, very realistic things that you can change around. Okay. And that is such a guiding force. It immediately gives you the key to get unstuck and to unlock whatever it is that you're stepping into. For example, if you took this in a business, like a business example, in a perfect world, how would I be bringing X money into my business every single month? You might think, oh, okay, well, like let's say you have a podcast and then you do coaching. So it's like, okay, great. I would secure a new podcast sponsor this month. My ads would be making great money, right? My listens will be going up. I'd be going viral on TikTok. And so I'd be making money through TikTok. My programs will be selling because I'm pouring out great content, right? You immediately come up with all these ideas. So when you finish that journal prompt, you can look at it and say, what here am I not doing right now? Right? Maybe you're not reaching out to sponsors. Maybe you're not showing up on TikTok. Maybe you're not selling every single day. And those are 3 very easy fixes to get you on the path to the results that you want. So the next time that you feel stuck or a little frustrated with your results, or you're just feeling fed up with how things are currently, take your journal out and write that one question down. In a perfect world, what would happen here? In a perfect world, what would my day-to-day look like? In a perfect world, how would money be coming in? In a perfect world, how would I be treating myself? Let's say you're feeling like absolute shit about yourself, because we all go through those phases. Like I go through those phases where I'm like, ew, I'm so disgusted by myself. And then I have to remember, in a perfect world, I would be nice to myself. I would be loving towards myself. I would treat myself like my own best friend. And so I would then use that journal prompt, in a perfect world, how would I treat myself? How would I be talking to myself? How would I love on myself? It's going to give you step by step what actions that you should be taking and what you can take moving forward. Because also, once you take the action that you wrote down in that journal prompt is you tapping into the energy of your perfect world, of your perfect life where things work out perfectly. That's the energy we want to bring into our manifestations and into our action steps. Okay. So the next time you feel stuck, you feel a little fed up, put this podcast episode back on. Re-listen, re-get inspired, remind yourself you do have the power to take that back and decide how you want things to go. So when re-listen to this, make sure it's downloaded. Number 2, get out your journal. In a perfect world, what would happen here? Insert your specific scenario, okay? And then 3, take action. Remember, that's so important. Give yourself the 5 minutes it takes to map out what would happen in a perfect world before you jump into taking energy. Remember, I could have just jumped straight into my calendar. I could just jump into, solving things and taking action. And I do always promote take action, take action, take action. But take the 3 to 5 minutes it will take to get your energy in the right place, because I promise you the results will be so much better if you do that. Okay? Let me know what comes of this for you. If you're like, holy shit, this is exactly what I needed. I needed this for fitness. I needed this for business. I needed this for my relationship. You can use this for your relationship too. In a perfect world, what would my relationship be looking like, right? I want to know how this works out for you. And let me know inside of our free Facebook group. We have a free Facebook group. It's called Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation. The link for that is in the show notes. To join, all you need to do is give me your email. That way I can keep you up to date with all the things going on in MJ world. And let me know what happens and what this episode brought up for you. Okay? Happy Monday. Let's fucking kill it this week. And I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.